Okay. I don't hear if you hear me or not. I guess you do, right? Yes, you hear me. So thank you all for coming today. I think it's been a really interesting day of presentations, and thank you all the presenters for doing a great work. I think it's been really good, and good topics as well. So wrapping up a bit, I was going to say a few words about what we do in security research at Ericsson, because these are really the areas that we decided to focus on because we believe they are important for our company and for the business. And therefore, it's also areas where I would like to see more research, also from the academic side. So that's why I bring it up. We are part of the Ericsson Research Organization. It's a global organization doing research for Ericsson in maybe 3 to 5 to 10 years time frame, depending on the topic, depending on the projects. We are a number of different areas: radio, networks and architecture, cloud, machine intelligence, and so on. Security is one of them. And what we do in security is to drive technology leadership through technical studies. We do prototyping. We do a fair amount of standardization in global standardization bodies. We also work internally with other departments in research, with business areas, product units, and we do external collaboration. So EU projects, academic collaboration, SICS is a great partner to work with. And topics that we work on: platform security, for example, network security, crypto, application security, identity management, privacy, software security. We change a bit every now and then, but those are the technical areas where we are. So as part of our work, we also try to stay updated with what's going on in the world. And we did this picture a while ago, what we see in the security space. So higher complexity of systems and use of virtualization and sharing has a huge impact on security as well. So we need to make sure that everything works the way it should. We see an increased use of crypto. We have been looking quite a bit into that and what it means for us. Cyber physical systems going mobile. This touches very much upon the IoT work that has been presented here today. And also the telecom infrastructure becoming mission critical, putting new demands on what we actually have out there. Then security awareness, which is increasing everywhere. So we have legal, regulatory, business, and end user concerns, I would say. We talked about the GDPR earlier today. That's the privacy part. We have also seen a number of different, let's say, regulatory requirements or practices or whatever coming out globally in different countries over the last years. So there is a larger and larger pressure to actually be compliant with different security requirements and privacy requirements. This also impacts the work that we do. With everything being connected, we get a larger attack surface. Maybe someone touched upon that earlier today also, but we have been knowing for a long time that perimeter-based defense is not enough. So we need in-depth defense. We need to work on that. And strong identities. And then we also see that technology trends in security drive changes by themselves. So we have quantum computing, for example, that we need to take into account. We have machine learning technologies and analytics and things that impact both, let's say, the attacker side and the defense side of different systems. So what we do is we take all these insights and then we try to decide what's best for us to work on. And a couple of years ago, we published a white paper on 5G security, where we listed the main challenges for 5G from a security perspective. And Since then, a lot of work has been done. There are a lot of results, a lot of solutions. But I think the main challenges still hold, and these are the areas where we still are working. So we have new business and trust models where industries, for example, connect to operators and forming new arenas. We have new service delivery models with the cloud, the virtualization, and all that. We have increased privacy concerns, as we mentioned, and we also have an evolved threat landscape. The more we connect, the more incentive there is to attack, and the more we need to make sure that we secure this. So within this space, some of the things that we are and have been working on, I'm just going to mention a few of them. I'm not going to, as you're watching the time, I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I'm going to let you go. I know you're all tired. But some of the things that we are working on, one is identity management. And this is actually a bit complex picture. It's a combination of two things. It's the IoT SIM part, where we actually took an IoT scenario. We wanted to reuse the authentication mechanisms from the mobile networks, from the 3GPP networks. So we did that. We used a trusted module, the ARM trust zone in this case. And we put in similar credentials, the same credentials as you have in mobile networks. Then we use the extensible authentication protocol, and we can use the mechanisms from 3GPP to other types of networks. Then we took this and we connected it with an ID brokering solution based on blockchain, where we actually have different identity domains. We can issue different identities, and we can store the identities in the ledger. Then we use smart contracts to define how these identities can be used when you move from one domain to another. And there is more information about this work on the blog that we have, Ericsson.com. Security analytics is a really interesting area, I think, really important. And then there are two parts. Analytics as such is really interesting. Then we need to make it secure. That's one aspect. But we would also like to use it for security purposes. And this is what we're trying to look into. How can we use analytics, machine learning, and big data to actually improve the security of a system? And we have started up now a collaboration with Berkeley Rice Lab. So this is a different RISE. Same acronym, different RISE. This is the University of California, Berkeley, who have a long tradition of working on machine learning and big data. And now they are moving more into the security space, and we are working with them on this. Another thing, coming back to the regulatory aspects, is compliance auditing. And we have been running this activity for a while, making sure that when different applications move into the cloud that have different requirements of them from a security perspective, we can build a solution for actually monitoring the compliance to different standards, security policies, and so on. And we want to do it in near real time. We want to do it continuously because of updates and so on in the system. And we want, and I think this is going to be even more important now in the cloud, but also moving outside the cloud, I would say. Since the amount of requirements is increasing, the auditing will increase as well, I think. And this is very closely related to the formal verification work that was presented earlier today. So, great. Privacy. We have seen that the amount of encrypted traffic end-to-end has increased dramatically because people want to protect their privacy. And one complementing work that we have done is to look at the 5G networks and how to protect the IMSI, which is the identifier in the mobile network. And we have a solution on how to encrypt it to enhance the privacy in the access networks. And this is now part of the 3GPP security specification for 5G. If we move into the IoT space, Yes. Yeah, so well, I would not like to give an exact for the for the device. No, I would not like to give an exact. For the IoT space, and just to be real quick, we published a white paper on IoT security. We tried to look at the IoT value chain and the security for different parts. We had a discussion earlier today on what is needed in terms of security for the IoT. I would say mainly more on the device side, securing the devices so that we have at least a minimum level of security in all those things that connect to the network. And then I would say in the platform, what we call platforms, lifecycle management, taking care of the devices all through the process of manufacturing, operation, decommissioning, including software updates and all that. Maybe those are the areas where I would like to see more work. Crypto, another interesting space where lots of things are happening. And from our perspective, this is from our blog, we are really interested in working on post-quantum crypto. So crypto that could withstand attacks from quantum computers, not to confuse with quantum crypto. And the last slide, it's about software, software, and software, I think. So when everything becomes connected, we have all these autonomous machines that are part of society. We have the interaction between security, privacy, and also safety that we didn't have before, because suddenly the threats actually become physical when you can hack something, when you can hack something that actually causes physical damage. And we also have connectivity that enables attackers to reach around the globe, and the hacking is increasing. So software security, if there is one area where I would really like to see more work and more academic research, it's in software security. So those are some of the things where we are working, some of the things that I see are really important. And with that, I'm done.